I feel guilty. Ow.
Oh my God.
I just got, ow. Ow.
God, I never care about your cat bites.
I don't care either. I just got bit. Ow.
Ugh. You know what's going to happen to you now?
I'm going to get that disease.
I was going to turn into a cat, but yeah.
Oh.
Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. You know, okay, I know you're not a parent, but I just have to say this for all the parents out there. People have questions and concerns when you have a baby. You're like, oh my God, this is so great. They're like, just you wait. We've talked about that. How parents are always like, just you wait.
Yeah.
To even begin to be frustrated with a child, like, yeah, your child could be a little annoying or be sick or whatever, but the kid doesn't really come into those years until they're like 3.5. Like all the parents that are exhausted and angry, like the kid's attitude, like that just, at least for me, like I was always like, okay, you're asking me to like reckon with this as if my daughter's like 5 when she's like 1.5. And today was the first day where I was like, you're being a giant bee and I need to figure out, like, it was just, she looked at me yesterday. She goes, Mommy, I love you. And I need you to give me the things that I want you to give me. And I was like, I get it.
Right.
Like nobody wants a tailored existence more than me. I had this like beautiful idea plan that today, because it was my last day before we go shoot the movie, I'll take Sierra, because Noah's out with his friends doing something. I'll take Sierra, I'll take Ethan, I'll take them to this low tide beach and we'll look at sea creatures and we'll walk in the mud. I had them put on their boots.
That's so fun.
We were out there for maybe 5 minutes when Sierra saw a crab and she freaked out. And I was like, okay, don't touch the crab. And she wanted to get on my back and she kept climbing up higher and higher. So we both fell down.
No.
Like I crushed her. I was so angry. I grabbed her and I was like, go sit on the bench. And so she went and sat with Myrna and she was crying. And I was like, it's not about you. I was like trying to have, I think it's like as a parent, like you have all these beautiful things you want to do. And then someone's going to just shit the bed. She had the worst attitude, wouldn't eat her lunch. And I finally was just like, I'm going to be honest with you. The police are going to call here. And if they call, they're going to come talk to you. And then Myrna was like, she's like, and they are not gentle. And I was like, we don't need to have like a police brutality conversation. And I was trying not to make it like they're going to take you away.
That's the implication. Like, what were they going to do?
My big threat with my daughter is always that, like, if you're misbehaved, which she rarely is, I'm like, someone's going to come talk to you. Like an adult talking to you.
It's so scary.
That you don't. And I was like, listen to me. And she started to get like upset. And I was like, my job is to make sure that you eat and that you have manners. And if you're not doing those things, I can't help it if the police come and talk to you. Like, it's like kind of gibberish. And she was like, are they going to take me away? And I was like, no, I don't want that to be a thing. But like, if they call Sierra, I have to answer. She was like, no, you don't. And I was like, I do. Because obviously I'm not doing my job, but they're going to come talk to you. And she devoured that quesadilla.
I was going to ask, I was like, what's for lunch? Did you pack a bad lunch? But no, okay.
Freaking same thing that's for lunch every goddamn day. So just eat it. Quit being a nightmare.
What's in the quesadilla?
It's cheese. Sometimes it's not even a quesadilla. It's a tortilla with cheese on the side. I was like, they're going to come talk to you. And she just got really, okay, I don't want them to come talk to me.
And Ethan is just like there.
Just eating everything. He's just hanging out. He's too little. He doesn't know.
Oh. So anyway. Did you go back into the tides after the quesadilla or you were done?
No, we were done. I took him to the park. I was like, run around, do whatever. And then I washed the dog who ventured out into the ocean. I've never seen this dog. She was like neck deep in the ocean. And then I started having flashes of like, what if an orca whale? Because sometimes if they're hunting, like they'll come up. It's the Pacific Northwest. There could be sea lions.
I just thought she might float away because she's a tiny baby.
It was so muddy. But yeah, like I was like, I guess I'll have to go in the ocean. It was just me with 2 nannies losing my mind at my daughter. So that was my day.
Is it weird for them to just like watch you while you have these moments, or you're?
No, because Myrna didn't want to go in the mud and Glendy was with us.
No, I mean like when you're having to like talk to Sierra about her behavior or something like.
Oh, they get in on it.
Okay.
They're like, when the police call.
Right. There's
nothing we can do.
That's nice.
I was like, the police are there to help, but they will come talk to you. Just the idea. Anyways, so that's just me.
A conversation.
We stopped down. Yeah, we're heading to I'm heading to Missouri tomorrow to shoot this movie. And I will tell you the part that is stressing me out the most. It's not producing a movie. It's not having written a movie. It's not acting in a movie. It is checking a bag at SeaTac, because I've seen the lines and that airport does not get enough shit. Like LAX takes all the heat. SeaTac is like if a public library was in charge of running an airport. Like it's just a mess.
How long are you're gonna be there for a while, so do you have to bring a lot of bags?
No, because every day you're in like a costume, and then on the weekends you're just going to be in shorts and doing nothing, no makeup. But I can't leave my family with a giant bag that I checked to come here. I have to bring it with me because they can't physically all manage their luggage and that. So, and I have the dog. So we'll just get there, and I'm very excited. And I can't wait to tell everybody more about this movie and who's in it.
I can't wait.
And when I tell you, like the amount of rewrites we have done up until like 48 hours ago, and I made a cut. Somebody suggested an edit and I looked at the script and I got it down. It was 115 pages. I got it down to 103. I got it down to 96 pages.
Good.
Most of writing is just being really surgical and realizing that half of what you wrote does not need to be said.
I think that's a good length for a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy, but it's also a little bit more emotional than that. But also like I'm not writing my opus. I don't need a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
I don't need a 2-hour movie. So here we go. A city that I normally just go to play. I think it's the Palace. To play. I'm there to live in Missouri.
I mean, I am mad that you're not filming in Atlanta, but okay.
I mean, tax credits are tax credits, folks.
Yeah. All right.
What are you going to do? You know? Off I go. And ready to answer some of these questions. Loving the Patreon. Loving the coffee. You guys are doing great. And I think people are really enjoying all the live episodes. We will be doing more of those. Emily needs to confirm if she will be in LA, but we are going to be announcing those soon, and we'll get you the info for that and how that's going to go in the coming weeks.
Yeah. I mean,
Meanwhile,
do you think you have enough going on?
Never. It's never enough because nothing ever works. So go on.
Okay. Let's do some questions. Helping fast. Ex-best friend dating my brother. Hello.
Wait, can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I watched But I'm a Cheerleader finally.
Yeah.
On an airplane. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, is this something we should see on an airplane? Like, don't they go to great lengths not to show like sexual content, explicit content, like close-ups of boners?
Is there a boner in that movie?
I think so. It is camp to the campiest degree. But I watched it. I felt like you'd like to know that.
Well, you texted me when you watched it, but I am happy for you. I keep watching horror movies on airplanes and being like gory ones, really gory.
So not the environment. Someone's eating like manicotti next to you. Like that's not the environment to watch anything other than A Dog's Purpose.
I don't
and cry
because I cry. I cried it today. I just watched like 6 episodes of Abbott Elementary and I cried.
All right, I'm ready.
Helping fast. Ex-best friend dating my brother. Hello, Iliza, Emily, Hot Scotty, and the rest of the pod crew. I am in desperate need of help. Backstory, you're gonna love this, Iliza. Backstory, my now ex-best friend, Ravioli, 23, and I, Tortellini, 24, had been inseparable for nearly 10 years. We met back in 8th grade and just bonded right away. Our families became great friends with one another. We have seen each other at our highest highs and lowest lows. Ravioli was the only person in my life that I could count on no matter what happened. 3 years ago, I, Tortellini, started dating my boyfriend, Lasagna. At the time, Ravioli was dating Spaghetti for just over 4 years. This is now just as complicated as letters.
Starving.
Ravioli was dating Spaghetti for just over 4 years. Ravioli and Lasagna met for the first time. So friend and our person's boyfriend met for the first time when my family was camping with her family.
Her family, Stofers. I am closing my eyes because I'm literally trying to keep this straight because I feel like I interrupt you a lot. And so I'm just trying to like imagine all these food items. I'm ready.
Okay. She was still dating Spaghetti. So Lasagna asked me while getting ready for bed what the deal was between Ravioli and Fettuccine, my older brother. I told Lasagna nothing, that they didn't really know each other that well due to Fettuccine living out of state for the past few years. Lasagna said that there was some kind of different relationship there and I just didn't see it. After the camping trip, Ravioli called me crying, saying that Spaghetti had just broken up with her over text. This was very unexpected for her, and I supported her through it the best I could. So the boyfriend clocked something was up with the friend and the brother before our question asker did. Mm-hmm. Now jumping forward to December 24th, Ravioli and her family were at my parents' house for dinner. I took Ravioli upstairs to show her a book I just finished reading, and I thought she would love. I know. You want to come to my room? I
see a book.
I have a toy to show you. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, up in the room Lasagna and I are staying in, she wanted to ask me a question.
Lasagna's her brother.
Boyfriend.
Lasagna's her boyfriend.
Lasagna's our question asker's
Is Tortellini's boyfriend.
Yes. Telling her to go for it, Ravioli asked me how I'd feel if I found out she was dating Fettuccine. Fettuccine's the brother.
Okay.
I asked if they were dating, and she told me they just planned their first date for a week from then. At first, I was excited for Ravioli and Fettuccine. Then they started giving me more information, like that they had been hanging out and, quote, hardcore flirting for over a year. What do you think hardcore flirting is?
Just like batting your eyes, like really a year.
Really
By the way,
hard.
they're lying. They've gone out. Nobody hardcore flirts for a year. They've gone out and now they want to make it official.
Well, or they've had sex and they just haven't been on any dates.
That's what I mean.
Right,
come on. Trying to keep it PG.
Ravioli told me it was Fettuccine's first name that first got her attention. Spaghetti and a different guy she dated have the same first name as Fettuccine. That's a little gross to me. Okay, so two of her ex-boyfriends have the same name as the brother, and she's saying she's into that.
I mean, his name's probably
What
like
name?
Liam. It's probably Liam.
Right.
Everybody's fucking name Liam or Brian.
She's like, oh, Brian. Okay. Yeah. Here's a question. Back in the beginning of the year, when I was starting to accept that Ravioli and Fettuccine were dating, I wanted to keep our friendship more or less the same. So I asked her if she wanted to go to a concert that was happening close to my house. She said yes, and that she would pay me back for the ticket. I got the tickets. Originally, I was going to get cheap seats for only $30 a pop. While Ravioli was looking at the open seats, she found ones in the first section rather close to the stage for $120 each. I told her, let's do it. This is my very first concert. So spending the extra for the seats wasn't the end of the world, knowing how good they were.
Okay.
With everything that was happening over the last camping trip that we just got back from on July 20th, I'm not sure Ravioli and I are even friends anymore. Ravioli and Fettuccine shared a tent with Lasagna and me. No, Ravioli and Fettuccine were rude, disrespectful, and horrible the whole trip to me and Lasagna. The worst part was when they were having rather loud sex in their bed a few feet away from me and Lasagna. We were still awake and had to just lie there and be uncomfortable. Needless to say, Lasagna and I are not on speaking terms with Ravioli and Fettuccine right now. No, Lasagna is our question asker dates Lasagna. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
However, what do I do with the concert tickets? I still want to go, but I have no one to go with. On top of that, Ravioli never paid me back for her ticket. I don't know what to say to her, how to even bring it up. The concert is on August 9th. I don't have anyone else that would go with me. I know that if I asked Lasagna to go with, he would, but I know he doesn't want to, and I don't want to make him sit through a show where he isn't going to have a good time. So, what do I do? Do I cut my losses and sell her ticket and go by myself? Do I ask Lasagna to come with me and sit through 3 hours of music he doesn't like? Thank you for your wise and sage big sister advice, Tortellini. P.S. Lasagna and I have tickets to come and see you in October. This will be the first time we get to see you live. Can't wait for the show.
Say where? Listen to me.
Who cares about the concert?
Who cares about the concert? It's not about the concert. It's not about the concert. What's weird is that you guys all went camping together. They were super rude and in their own world. And by the way, you never answered. She was like, how would you feel? And then we didn't get that info in your question. We didn't get all the details.
She said that at first she was excited. So it seemed like at first she was like, great. But then they're having sex 1 foot away from her. And she's like, okay.
That's so gross and weird because it's your brother. So that's just like,
so
whatever.
Gross.
She is, what's her name? Ravioli.
Tortellini. Oh, who?
I'm not loving Ravioli, but
I'm not
what's
either.
missing here is actual communication, because you're telling me you went on this trip and they were rude and you've never checked your friend. Now your friend's not going to hear it, because if she's the kind of friend that would date your brother, be really loud and disrespectful and be rude, she's going to be like, you're just jealous. You don't get it.
You don't want us to be in love.
And you're saying that you haven't spoken, that you guys have been best friends forever. You have the fear you are feeling is of the fear itself. Call her and be like, hey, because the thing is, you don't even want to go to the concert with her, but she does owe you the money for that. But you don't want your friendship to have fallen out because over money, because that's not what it is. You owe her a conversation. This is your friend. You're letting this one thing, she's acting weird. She's in this new relationship. I think it is worth it to be like, you just seem different. I hope you guys are okay. I'm telling you as your friend, like you mistreated me for no reason. And now you've not mentioned this. You don't have to lump it all on her, but you can talk to her because she might think that I bet her side of this is like, we went on this really fun trip and now my friend is being weird and I don't know what it is. This is not the first question we've gotten on the pod where it's like, I bought the tickets and she's not paying me back.
This thing where it's like, does she even know that you don't want to be friends anymore?
That's right. She doesn't know. This is you in your own personal misery. Get that cat out of here. In your
I just
own
got
personal
home from the airport. He misses me.
In your own personal chamber of misery while your friend is out there being kind of a dick, having a great time. Speaking as someone who is a master narrator of their own misery. Like I make up stories. I make up full storylines. I make myself so upset and anxious. And I've only recently been like, nope, pick up that person and make that call because none of that's happening. Like you are sitting here miserable, nervous about money and your friendship, and you have not expressed any of this to her. At the very least, you will get the money for that. And at the most, she'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hear what you're saying. I would hate to lose you. You need to talk to her, not write us.
Right. Because is it a problem that she's dating your brother or like, are they... Here's my question, actually. Are fettuccine and ravioli in general conscientious, not rude, cool people?
Yeah.
And together they're just bad? Or are they both kind of rude and shitty, but you're used to it, but now
That's
together
right.
It's amplified?
And I don't know. Your answer, you're like, I was like, go for it. Are you okay with it?
Yeah.
And it's okay if you're not, by the way. But the reason you wouldn't be, maybe you think you know your friend is a piece of shit, but let's say you don't. The reason you might not be okay with it is because you're like, if you guys break up, then it's uncomfortable for all. I think you need to, and by the way, that's not on you or anyone. And because she'll be like, we're adults, we can handle it. That's going to be our problem, not yours. And let it be. But this is on you because you are saying nothing and you're just making it worse and worse and you're adding all these layers. So call her right now. Don't have to confront her. You can just be like, hey, I just haven't talked to you in a while. At the very least, you should be on the hook for that ticket.
Yeah.
And if she is planning on going, be like, hey, can we just talk? I just feel like you're my best friend and this has been weird.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to a concert with someone you're like kind of mad at.
No. But you'll have fun at the Iliza show.
Yeah, that's going to be great. And, maybe by then you guys will be okay. You buy a ticket for her too.
And fettuccine.
Panzanella, yeah. And fettuccine. Bring the whole family. Bring your whole Italian family. Mangia.
It's very funny if they're not Italian.
Can I just say one thing? There's this restaurant called Veggie Grill. And when Noah and I first met and we would go work out at the Crunch Gym, Veggie Grill was next to it and they'd have a sign up and they had some Italian thing and it just said Mangia Veggies. And Noah hated it so much and he to this day still brings it up. Like the brilliant ad campaign of like Manja Veggies. It bothers him. I know you've never manja'd a veggie. I know you.
I don't. Manja, is that a verb?
Yeah, it means eat.
Oh,
okay.
I've eaten a veggie.
That's fine that you don't know that.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Move on.
Cat fight over jewelry.
Ooh. Let me get my go-go.
Hello, AIA crew. One of the original truckers here. Straight to my question. Do I say anything to my mother-in-law? Backstory. My husband has 2 sisters. They're already starting to bicker and try to lay claim to my 75-year-old mother-in-law's jewelry, even though she's presently in great health.
That's weird.
Gross. To anyone's knowledge, she has not made any legal or unofficial list of who gets what. My in-laws have ebbed and flowed over the years with their income. However, they've been married for many decades, and it sounds like she has a decent collection of jewelry. My position. I have zero expectation of receiving anything. I don't know what she has, and even though I really like jewelry, I somehow could genuinely care less about any of her stuff. She and I are cordial, but definitely not close, and she has 2 daughters. It should go to her daughters. It's not mine to covet. Also, I haven't really seen anything of hers that I would be dying to have.
You're like, also, she has bad taste. Also, she's tacky.
Yeah. Context.
Also, I don't need to split a Pandora charm bracelet in half. Thank you so much.
Neither of my sister-in-laws have any money. Sister-in-law A and her husband used to have a comfortable lifestyle, nice things, but made poor choices and fell on hard times and continue to be bad with money. I don't foresee her having any nice jewelry coming her way via her husband anytime soon. Sister-in-law B has never really had much money and is also the breadwinner in her marriage. Her marriage is on the rocks and she is sweating dividing her assets. I am told she is also walking around her parents' home and physically putting her name on furniture, as well as telling her mom about furniture she wants. Sister-in-law A has two 20-something daughters. Sister-in-law A says my mother-in-law has stated she wants her wedding rings to go to these grandchildren. Sister-in-law A also thought she was inheriting earrings from my mother-in-law's mom when she passed. When the grandma died, she found out this was not the case. She lost her ever-loving shit. Mother-in-law is healthy. Where's my husband in all of this? Indifferent. He doesn't want any of her jewelry, has a demanding job, and doesn't care to meddle. Why do I care?
Yeah,
I genuinely
why do you
love
care?
hanging out with my husband and his two sisters. They are great together and it's fun to be around. I foresee the sisters ripping each other to shreds over this, and I'd prefer not to lose a decade or a lifetime of this together time to a feud. Also, it would be a pain in the ass to split time between the sisters. I like my family too, and combining his sisters would save time. Practical. I want to take my mother-in-law to lunch or for a walk and say, I want nothing. I love your kids together, and I think the girls are going to kill each other over this. Please, please, please inventory your things and write your wishes down, then make it legal.
I love it.
I could also just stay out and watch the spectacle when it comes with no remorse. It's not my fight. I want nothing out of it all, but I also feel like this is so avoidable. Please weigh in, big sister. Jewel.
Jewel, that's crazy if that's your name.
It's quotes.
Oh,
They got you.
you got me. Everybody listening to this, like with their Stanleys in their nursing scrubs, is screaming, stay out of it. But what I appreciate is you trying to preemptively troubleshoot this. You're like, normal question asker would be like, I hate these two bitches and I don't want to be part of it. You're like, I love these girls. They probably just want the jewelry to sell it or something like that, which is so sad. It is weird especially if the mom's healthy, unless there's something you don't know, that's morbid to go around and be like, I want this and this. It's not like your mom has something beautiful and you're like, hey, I'd really love this or whatever. One thing that families don't do and women are not taught to do is discuss finances and plans for when someone is dead. Do I want to talk about this with my mom? Fuck no. And when my mom dies, I'm just hoping my stepdad's around so that he can deal with it because I won't be able to handle it. Plus I'm going to get everything. I'm the only girl. I'm the best girl. There's the advice that I should give you, but the advice that I would follow, what I would do is exactly what you said. I would take out that mother-in-law and I would say, like you said, and you know what? If you really want to help her, she may be bad. She could be like, if you want, I could spend an hour with you. We could write it all down. I can help you do that inventory because that might be daunting for her. That might be hard for her. I don't know. But at the very least, because what you're doing is coming from such a place of love. Go ahead.
I think this person is so mature and I love that they've got this eye out and I love that they're like, look, I don't want a thing. I think it's also morbid to bring up to this woman. Both of your daughters are so immature that they're going to fight each other over your belongings, over your corpse. I think you have to be very, that's not.
The morbidity has already been brought up.
Right.
The daughter's putting Post-its on stuff. Like the mom knows.
She doesn't want to think though that her daughters are going to go berserker when she dies. So
she
I
knows.
Feel like it's,
nope, she knows.
You think she does?
A mother knows. Yes.
I wonder if you also just bring up to her, because my parents actually just sent me all these documents, the like power of attorney, the will. I'm the executor of everything. They just sent me all this. They're 69. So I think that's also a conversation I have, but I wonder if that conversation should come from the husband.
You could do it with your husband.
Yeah.
If you want. Because what you're doing overall, like 30,000 foot view, is you are trying to keep your family together. And
Yes.
it's really his family. And he can't control his sisters, but you're saying like, I want to spend holidays with you guys. I like being with you. So let me preemptively help with this. So I like that he would be there to help out.
Yeah.
But I think you're coming from a very good place. Now, these women, they might be like, you were there, why didn't you help? Whatever. You will probably end up being vilified for this. But if you could do a little bit of this now, I don't care that it's morbid. The mom knows.
Yeah.
I would just do it. Plus, it's always good to have a will and have these things in order. I mean, like when we got married, we had our kids, like we had to decide like where will they go? Who will control the money? Like it's fucked up to think about, but this is about being responsible. So from the highest light, you take her for that walk or that lunch, or you just have coffee and you bring the son and you just kind of say your plan. And you could say to your husband, like, I know you're above it and you're busy, but I want the next 15 years to be nice. And the mom might be there.
Yeah.
The mom knows her daughters are trash. So she knows.
Yeah.
Just like I knew Sierra was being not cool today. It's a good thing the police were going to come talk to her.
I'm waiting for like wee woo wee woo.
Oh my God.
Oh, I guess is that ambulance? I don't know. Wow, wow.
Depends on what country.
I don't know what country.
I sound like a British ambulance.
All right. We are going to do a couple more confessions because people now are submitting them on our paid Patreon tier. Like they're like, please don't let this go. We want to confess to our little bits and bobs, little crimes and little things. And this is a good one, I think. I just turned 30 and still suck my thumb. I have all my life and it's my comfort. When I started dating my boyfriend, I didn't know how to tell him. I showed him my blankie, but didn't tell him I suck my thumb. That feels like a separate confession.
Yeah.
For the first 3 months, I would do it when he wasn't around. One morning while traveling, I thought he was still sleeping, so I popped the old thumb in and scrolled. After 5 minutes, I felt eyes on me, looked over, and he was awake. He basically was like, well, I knew you were hiding something, but I didn't know what. He said it was cute and didn't care. And the rest is history. 7 years deep, and he folds my blankies for me nicely and is unfazed by my weird habit. I think it's just bad for your teeth.
I think it's bad for your teeth, but it's also weird that he's like, I knew you were hiding something, but I didn't know what. Like, how did you know that?
Because I think she was being so covert and weird. She'd be like,
I guess.
He's like, what's happening?
You're either super hot or your boyfriend's like, I'll just take what I can get. or he loves you.
Or he loves you. That could also be an option. That could be it.
Chances are, if at 30, your teeth are already weird.
Well, yeah. It's over for you. So do whatever you want.
It's over for you.
I mean, for
there
your
goes a listener.
For your teeth.
It's over for your dental arch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So good luck. Okay. Confession. And this is from Mara. As soon as I heard Iliza was considering removing confessions, I ran to my Patreon as fast as I could. They care about coffee and confessing their small crimes.
That's what women want. A little bit of gossip, a little bit of caffeine.
This is Iliza's favorite, a victimless crime. I feel like, Iliza, you're starting to maybe want some victims in there.
I need some victims. That's right. Fuck victimless. It's 2 hands off.
I moved back to Salt Lake City from the East Coast a couple of years ago. I wasn't exactly in the best place financially, so I had to rent a room. It was a basement room in a condo, spacious, had my own bathroom and storage space. The owner of the condo was a 20-something man. We'll call him Raj. There were 2 other male tenants as well, but they mostly stayed in their rooms. Raj cooked Indian food all the time. He let dishes pile up in the sink until they covered the counter. He worked from home, and when I was home, I could hear him talking down to the female members of his team and his mother. But the worst part was he had 2 small dogs that he did not potty train, or train at all, really. He let them piss and shit all over the hardwood living room, kitchen floors, wouldn't clean it up until I said something. I would go downstairs after a long day and find gifts they had left me outside my bedroom door. To this day, the smell of dog pee makes me nauseous. I mean, the rest of us love it.
This day, I'm the only one. I have not found anyone else who agrees.
This went on for 8 months. I had to get out of this lease at any cost. And
who has a lease for a room? Like, that's more like a money under the table thing.
I don't know. You could have I had a lease for a room, but it was kind of also under the table. In my dealings with Raj, he was always very financially motivated, so I knew there was no way he was going to let me out of my lease without penalty. And then I had a stroke of genius. I thought, what if I could make me moving out his idea? My brother's wife was newly pregnant. They'd just gotten their first sonogram and sent it to me. So I came home one day and showed him my sister-in-law's sonogram, complete with my last name at the top. Said, hey, just want to let you know I found out I'm pregnant. I'm kind of freaking out right now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I then waited a few days to let him stew, and then I told him I decided to keep it, but I was concerned about the living situation. What do I do with a baby here? Do I just put a crib in my room? Would the incessant crying bother them or
Right, because
cramp
he
their
can't
style?
legally evict you.
What about fridge space for milk?
my
And
God.
obviously the cleanliness was a concern for me. You could see the trepidation wash over his face, but he just said, yeah. Then I waited. 2 or 3 days later, he came to me and said, if you need to move out, that's fine. No fees, no penalties. Just take care of you and your baby. When's good for you? A week later, I had a moving truck there. He even rallied the other 2 roommates and packed the truck for me. I slept so soundly in my new apartment and still feel zero guilt. And then she said, and I said it
love
right,
that.
you can use my name, but only if you say it right. Mara, pronounced like Sarah.
Mara, you are our hero. And I love to think about the coziness of you in that fresh new apartment on that like just being like, I'm smart. I did it. I've built
With no
my
baby.
life. Oh, good for you with no baby. What a clever girl.
It's so smart, the fact that it had your last name, because there's always like, I just get as messy. I just do this. Like there's so many avenues, but this was really like a perfect
I bet you didn't even need the
storm.
sonogram with the last name. I bet you could have just said it.
Probably not, but I like that element a lot.
That's so great. And you know what? Like, way to weaponize pregnancy. Way to weaponize the thing that is only used to hurt women and make our lives harder. It's gotten me thinking, like, how can I use the fact that I have kids? And people are like, why? You guys get everything. Oh my God. I love that. Maybe people can translate that to something in the office.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
The fact that she's just like, man, I'm going to have this baby. I hope all the crying doesn't bother you guys.
Hope that's okay. Oh, in the fridge and legally I could sue
Full
you
of
if
milk.
you kick me out.
Yeah. So for
bowl
him
of
to be
milk.
like, because imagine if she was legit, like he's such a piece of shit. Like, I can let you out of the lease. When are you ready to move?
He's a piece of shit, but also what I love is that you waited.
Yes, you let him stew. You didn't overplay your hand.
What, I guess bided your time.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the past tense of
I was like,
bide?
yeah, bode, bided.
Bidet. You bidet your time.
Bidet your time.
Good for you. Oof.
That is
Well
satisfying.
executed. Yeah. We like that. That's
Fact.
a good confession.
Because, there's something extra
No
going on there.
victims here.
We also like the thumb sucker, but you didn't do a crime except your dental work.
All right, take it easy. Because she's gonna write in and be like, actually, I have perfect teeth. And we gotta listen.
She
to it.
might. I need Invisalign, and I don't suck.
Everybody
I don't
needs
suck my
Invisalign.
thumb. All right, questions. This one is relevant to how we started this episode. Hi, Iliza, Emily, and crew, especially the babies for this question. You spoke recently on the pod about your nanny, Myrna, and I wondered if you could lend some big sister wisdom. We are working on hiring a nanny for our twin boys, 5 months old, and it's overwhelming. Ours won't be live-in at this time, but would be part-time and in our home. Do you have advice for how to find the right person, how to go about hiring and being their boss, so to speak? Any wisdom you can share would be so appreciated. I go back to work in August and my husband in September, so we're trying to get on this ASAP, but it's been a lot to juggle. Thanks in advance. I've been a fan since 2014 and live in the Pacific Northwest, so I always glow with pride when you mention our home. So glad your fam has been loving it here.
We love coming up here. We go all around the PNW. We are not sun people, so it's perfect for us. I mean, look, she's a baby nurse that stayed for a while, but 5 months old, that's a baby nurse. It's 2 kids, so that's a lot. I mean, references. Meet with them more than once. With someone like a Myrna who deals with babies, they have their way of doing things. And in a way, you are hiring this person for their expertise. And so like Myrna was, I've heard her say, I talked to a woman, she had too many questions. And I was like, well, she's probably a first-time mom. And she's like, nope, it's her 4th kid. There is something to be said for, hey, I do this all day, every day. And you're probably nervous, so you're going to have questions. But all this is to say, you are hiring these women because they do it their way.
Or men.
It's a woman. Because they do it their way. So when we got Myrna, whatever she said, it doesn't sound like you've had kids before. I had no context for anything. Whatever her way was the way that we did it. I didn't have a chance to really talk to her before. So if you can meet with these people, you can get a sense of their demeanor prior, and then hopefully it's by reference versus an agency. Nothing wrong with agencies, but it's so expensive. That being said, we had a nanny that we used that I loved, and my friend used her and she like hated the experience. But my friend and I are very different women. So you kind of don't know until you go. You can always do a trial period. But my biggest piece of advice is, as long as they're not hurting your kids just because their way is different. And also, like, what do you want out of this? Like, I wanted Myrna to sleep train my kids, and she did. And my kids sleep so much, and that's why they're so huge. And like, there would be nights where like she's like, if the door's closed, do not come in.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, I want to see my baby. No, she's teaching the kid to go to sleep.
Yeah.
There are times where I'll go to give Ethan something. She'll be like, do not give that to him. And I don't, because she's doing something.
Yeah.
Like, she has the way that she has set it up. And so I just let her. You have to be, I think like with any team, if you hire someone, you have to be willing to let them do their job.
Yeah.
And so even when we got Glendy, like, I was like, I'm not here to micromanage you. I want you to teach my daughter numbers, Spanish, and letters. And I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And when they say something, I don't go against it.
Yeah.
In front of the kid. Or if Sierra asks something, I'm like, you got to go ask Glendy. Like, I let my kids know, like, we are a united front. If Glendy says no, then the answer is no.
I love that. That's really nice.
These women, like there's so much knowledge to be gained from letting other women whom you trust just be themselves.
Yeah.
And so that's my answer.
Yeah. You had gotten the first rec who led you to Myrna was through a friend.
Was Myrna's cousin who got sick. And was
right.
Like,
so the cousin came through a friend that told you about.
Yes, but I don't remember that friend. But it was a recommendation, and
it's a recommendation.
On a certain level, you're like, okay, we're similar.
And you didn't even get the recommended person, but it still worked out. So I think it is. I'm sure it's very scary to hire for this.
Well, it also worked out because I had no idea. So I was like, okay, that's this.
Great. Yeah. So yeah.
We had the nanny that we took to Europe was like really into the Bible and loves being Christian. And it's not a doctorate. She has some degree in theology. Like, she's into something. Her daughter went to Stanford and she's from another country. And I was just like, whatever. Tell my daughter the story of Hanukkah. She's like, I love the Jewish people. Okay. And I was like, do whatever. I don't care. I don't care if you listen to Christian rock 24/7.
Have fun.
Like, I'm a big believer in like, let your kids experience other things. And as long as everyone's safe and they're loving to your kids. I told you what Myrna said about Ethan.
Which
very morbid. I was like, sometimes I think about if we died, like if, like what I say, sometimes I think about if we died, Ethan living with you and your family in Jamaica. And she didn't even pause. She goes, he would be so loved.
It's very sweet.
I was like, he's going to a family member, but that's very sweet.
That big old baby.
Giant head.
All right. Hi, Iliza, Emily, and the fabulous pod fam.
Oh, also one more thing about the nanny.
Yeah.
Spend the money.
Yeah, this is not somewhere to skimp.
This is not somewhere to skimp. This is a full-time job. And if you don't haggle, and it will be worth its weight in gold. I would never ask a person that I pay to do one job to do another job. But like, Glendy is such a team player, and like sometimes they'll like help you out with other things. Like, if people feel taken care of at work, then they want to help and be a part. And I treat them like part of the family.
Yeah.
Give them gifts, include them in stuff. Like, we always have dinner together. Myrna always sits separately when we're at home, and I'm also like, I make her sit at the table with us. Like, just to be warm and loving. These are people that are taking care of your children. So they're not your help. They're part of your family.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's nice.
That you pay. You want them to feel good about coming to work. So they want to be gracious. That's all.
Right. You don't want them like, ugh.
That's right.
Hi, Iliza, Emily, and the fabulous pod fam. I need some perspective on where my responsibility lies in a situation I didn't knowingly walk into. I am a 39-year-old woman, and I've been in a polyamorous relationship with my partner, he's 32, for 4 years. It works really well for us, open, honest, and emotionally solid. Recently, I started casually hooking up with a new guy, also 39. It's fun, purely physical, and there's no romantic attachment on my end. Everything was going smoothly until the concert. I was at a show with my boyfriend and my best friend, also 39 and female. Totally by chance, we ran into my hookup, and he was there with another woman. No big deal, I thought, since we're all theoretically non-monogamous adults. But then, during the show, this woman complimented my best friend's hat and they struck up casual small talk. Eventually, she mentioned she was there with her boyfriend and pointed to my hookup. This was how I found out he had a girlfriend.
Right. And
he never mentioned her to me.
That's right. Because you were being open and honest, and he was like, great way for me to cheat, and I'll be a piece of shit. And now you're complicit. Got it.
From what my friend gathered, they've only been seeing each other for a couple of months. I have no idea what she thinks the nature of their relationship is, but it's pretty clear she doesn't know he's also sleeping with me. I am not interested in her. I am not romantically invested in him, and I'm not trying to stir the pot, but now I feel like an unintentional side chick. So what's my responsibility here? Do I tell him he needs to come clean, even if it risks losing a very enjoyable casual partner? Yes, the sex really is that good. Or do I just stay in my lane and let him handle his own relationship choices? Appreciate your insight. Unwilling to meet the other woman. Now, I have to comment, Iliza, quickly. You notice what she didn't have as an option?
Leaving him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The option is this weighs on your feelings. You are signed up to have clean, ethical, non-monogamous fun. This guy broke that trust. Lord knows what other trust he's going to break. You don't want to be dragged into it. You don't want to be blamed for his relationship crumbling. You don't want to know about this girl. This is not what you signed up for. Sex will be good with someone else. If you continue to sleep with him, which it sounds like you have, you are the problem. Yeah. He's the problem, but you are part of the problem. It was innocent the first time. This guy's a liar. You don't need that negativity. Entering into a non-monogamous agreement, and I think I would imagine involves a lot of trust.
Yeah.
And so he's not coming into it with that. This is not what you signed up for.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Because do you think this man who is cheating, if you go, hey, you need to be honest with her, he'll go, oh, okay.
Oh, well, you know what? No. Or he'll be like, she's not really my girlfriend. We actually broke up. You don't trust this guy?
No.
I don't trust that this guy's even clean. This guy's going to lie about. Just please walk away.
Please. You can find someone else.
Be better than this.
Yeah. Gross. Hi, AIA crew. I've been listening since day one, but this is my first time asking a question. I'm a 30-year-old female surgeon. This August, I'm going to be moving away from my husband and home for a year for some subspecialty training. My husband is finishing his PhD and can't come with me. I haven't lived alone in forever, let alone in a new city. Do you have any advice on how to find moments of joy and fun when I'm missing my family and friends far away? Thanks, Michelle.
Are you allowed to be a surgeon at 30?
A surgeon who is training in a subspecialty for a year. I'm so curious what it is. Good for you, Michelle.
Your family can't come. It's like underground with the military.
Because her husband's, wherever he is, he's doing his PhD, so he can't leave.
He needs to give up his education for you and follow you like women do.
Ditch it, yeah.
I would imagine for fun, you could like dissect a frog or go into like one of those robot labs and use those tools. What's the question? What do I do for fun in a new place?
What, when you're missing your friends and family, like how do you find moments of joy when you're missing your family?
God, it used to be so easy before kids.
Yeah. See, this is very relevant. You're about to be away for a little bit.
I mean, I'm about to be so exhausted and busy, it won't even matter. But
right.
There's always FaceTime. I mean, this is not the answer that fiscally constrained America wants to hear, but I buy gifts. I love buying presents for people. It's my love language. But I really do. I love buying because when you buy it, you get to think about them using it. You get to spend time writing the card, you know? So I think there's buying gifts for friends, making little gifts. You don't want to do the COVID thing where you're like, let's make sure to have a Zoom date. I also think there's nothing cozier than like putting on an episode of And Just Like That and sitting by myself and texting a friend. Like, don't underestimate the adrenaline hit of getting into a text conversation with someone. There's always working out. Never underestimate the power of like a cute coffee shop or buying yourself something, taking up a new hobby. Don't think about how lonely you're going to be until you get there and you get established. You're going to make friends that are in your program. And maybe it's weekends. Did you say you have family? You don't have kids.
She didn't list anything besides the husband, but I wonder if they live near like
also
her
looking
parents.
Forward to an event like him coming out for a weekend, thinking of stuff like that, making an itinerary, you know? So don't focus on that. And you can always FaceTime him.
Yeah, I think you're going to be so busy. You're doing something so specific. It's not like you're going there to sit around. Like, I think you're going to be really busy and fulfilled by what you're doing. I think.
I hate to suggest adult coloring. You didn't ask about boredom. You asked about what to do when you're missing people.
Well, it was more like finding moments of joy. So I think it's like,
Because I don't know what, I hate to say sparks joy, but I don't know what that is in you. I do know that going for a walk or working out always changes your reality.
Yeah.
Finding the cutest coffee shop or like finding the city's best Caesar salad. You know, I don't want to say like you have to find joy only through consuming things, but I happen to be one of those people. You can also watch all of my specials, multiple specials available on multiple platforms. You could also watch my sketch show.
Yeah.
Wish you would have done it a few years
Go
ago.
watch Good on Paper.
Or you could just sit in anticipation of
Watch
my new
It's
movie.
a Family.
Yeah, you can watch anything. Tianfu has an Instagram page. Okay. You can buy tickets to see me. Maybe I'm coming to your city.
And meet some friends.
Yeah.
Let's do this one because I just said the word joy. This email is titled Robbed of Joy. Aloha, Eliza and Emily.
Wait, what if your name was Rob Dovejoy? Like the Reverend Lovejoy.
It sounds like calling the Simpsons, and it's just like really, instead of being a prank, it's just like really sad, and Mo's just like robbed of joy.
Rob Dovejoy.
I have a question for you after listening to last week's podcast discussing baby showers and registries. I'm a single mom, 28, with an almost 3-year-old. I had her near the end of COVID. My pregnancy was unplanned from a traumatic circumstance. At the time, I was living on an island alone and unable to travel or move back to my family due to work, the military. I had just a few friends in person for being new to the area, so I went through the entire pregnancy and most of the first year postpartum alone.
Oh my God, that's awful.
I was immediately met with shame and fear from the first handful of people I expressed my pregnancy to. I was stuck in a job that made me feel awful and ostracized me for being pregnant. I basically hid my pregnancy as long as I could, and it made me very fearful to tell anyone and be met with the slightest bit of unsupportive attitude. Between being drained, alone, and scared, I didn't have a baby shower and instead sent out a baby announcement card requesting people write in some baby or parenting advice and had info linked to a modest registry. All this being said, I felt kind of robbed of the supportive, exciting pregnancy experience I see others have, and that I thought I would have one day. So my question, what are your thoughts on sprinkles or a baby shower for the second baby? I'm not planning on having a baby anytime soon, but if later I decide it's the right time to have another baby, would it be okay to have a second baby shower as if it was my first?
Well, it's a first baby shower because you didn't have a first one.
Part of me, as if it was my first kid, I guess. But yes, part of me still wants to have that experience of being excited and feeling real support without shame, embarrassment, or negative comments. Would it be better to call it a sprinkle instead of a shower, even though I never truly had a baby shower for my first? Just curious, your thoughts and perspective. Eliza, I again have something to say immediately, which is, I don't want this person to have to wait to have another baby that they might not want to have just to feel this support. Like,
I don't think she's having a baby she doesn't want to have just to feel the support.
No, but I just think it's like, why? Like,
you don't want anyone to have a kid. You're anti-kids. Just say
I'm an anti-natalist.
Just admit it.
No, I would love, I wonder if there's like, is there a, I guess it's not for her though. I'm thinking like, is there like a birthday party you can throw for the kid? Like, is there just a family gathering? Because it's just really hard that you felt like you did all this alone in this vacuum and you're saying, well, if I do have another kid, I think that won't fill that void of not celebrating this child.
I wish I knew a little bit more about the circumstances. Are you in a place now where you do have friends and family?
I'm hoping.
I think it's totally okay to, under the auspices of, it's my daughter's 4th birthday. I really want this to be special. We are registering for things like you don't need the types of things that you need for a baby. When you're turning 4, you need clothes and books and tchotchkes, stuff like that. I'm going to answer your question directly. If you have another baby, and my hope is that you have a partner who's supportive of you, because you're a single mom and that's hard. So I hope that there's someone
single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops.
That's right. God bless.
Gentle hands and a heart of a fighter. She's a survivor.
She is. And she was in the military.
Might still be.
You are well within your rights to throw that and call it a baby shower. And I would confide in anyone. Hopefully you have someone helping you this time, because your concern is that it's going to look like, well, she already had the first baby. Why doesn't she have that stuff? You might have some of the stuff left over. if you're not even in a relationship, you're not even thinking about getting pregnant, but let's say you are. Let's just say you're going to have a baby or you're thinking about it. I think hopefully you have people helping you throw it that understand the spirit of this. And you are allowed to do that. And your fear is that people are going to be like, that's so tacky and that's awful. But people are going to think that about you having a baby anyway. So yes, if you have a second baby, even if it is just to feel loved and appreciated and supported for a day, you fucking deserve that. But I also think you should, since you are not planning on having a baby, have a fourth birthday party with all the love and support. And it might look weird to do a registry, but I think if you said, it's been us on our own for so long, so I really wanted, if this makes sense, if this narrative tracks, so I really wanted to give her a special, loving, warm birthday party and maybe even get some of the things that we haven't been able to afford her or something. I think there's a humble way to write that if those are the things you want. But I think for you, it's more emotional than anything else.
Yeah, I think I'd never thought about this before now. And now I'm thinking like a baby shower is really a celebration of this child in such a different way than a birthday is.
Yeah, it is. But you can't do a retroactive birthday or baby shower. I mean, the truth
you can't.
Is a retroactive baby shower. It's such a bummer. But like, it's interesting to me that 3 years in, you're still thinking about it. So I think that's what I would, if I were a therapist, I'd want to think about that and how that translates to what you're experiencing now. Because there's a lot of things that you can opt in and out of when you are pregnant, when you're having a baby. I never took pictures of Sierra on a map that said like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And I've literally never thought about it since. I don't have anything to commemorate my breastfeeding journey. Some women do, but all the things I did or didn't do, I don't look back and mourn any of them because it all comes at you so fast. Mm-hmm. And so I wonder, are you experiencing now something that is making you mourn the loss of what you felt was an experience you should have had?
Right. Or are you still just in this feeling alone with it? And it's this kind of idealized way of everybody coming together as your village, which you could build that. I mean, it's hard. You could find that without this rallying point of the baby shower.
I think you're making up this fantasy because you're like, if I were to do it, would it be okay? Of course it would be okay. There's a billion things that you could do that are okay. You don't need permission to do any of this.
Or somebody would be like, oh, she had another baby shower. Who gives a shit?
Nobody gives a shit. So I guess my question is, what's happening now? And if you could let us know, that'd be great, where you're not feeling supported now. Because if you're feeling supported now, I would think that would help with the feeling of lack of support from before.
Yeah.
So let us know.
I also wonder, Iliza, do you think like if she is close with her parents and she does leave this island, she does go, like, could a mom get away with being like, we had COVID, we had this, we had that. I'm throwing my grandchild a belated baby shower. Let's do it. Let's get together. Like when people do like a prom or whatever theme birthday later
Honestly,
on.
Are you any type of non-white ethnic? Pretend it's what your group does. Be like, it's a
this
Filipino
is actually our culture.
baby reprieve, and no one's gonna say anything.
Yeah,
whatever.
There you go.
It's a Venezuelan Nina Reposado, like just something. But yeah, let us know.
Yeah, but good work with that baby.
It's a Jewish reconciliation. All right.
I feel guilty for being successful. Hello, Iliza and Emily. I have a dilemma I'm not sure how to handle.
Don't feel bad. Next question. Don't let him make you feel bad. Did I hit it on the head?
Well, no, because this is a tough one.
It's on her. Let's
women.
move on. Whatever.
I have worked very hard over the past year and have lost nearly 100 pounds. I'm not finished losing, but this weight loss has still been life-changing.
I thought she was going to say 100% of my friends. I was working in the subspecialty surgical area for so long.
And I lost everyone.
All right, you lost 100 pounds in a year?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I have a good friend who's on her own weight loss journey and has struggled. I constantly hype her up and try to encourage her. I feel like she is always comparing herself to me, and it's starting to make me sad and also feel guilty for my success.
It would make me feel offended. I'd be like, we are not the same. I lost 100 pounds and you weigh 400 pounds.
Yeah. We went to a concert recently and she kept talking about how I looked so much better than her.
We what recently?
We went to a concert recently.
Everybody's going to concerts. Everyone's seeing Morgan Wallen. That's the concert you mean. So just say it.
Just say it.
Say it.
Or Beyonce. One or the other.
Yeah, that's right. When the girl was like, she complimented her hat. I'm like, you're at Cowboy Carter. No one else is wearing a hat. Okay.
No, that girl complimented our person's friend's hat.
Hat. I'm saying a hat. In general, when are you wearing a hat that deserves like, okay, thanks for this cruddy baseball hat. Okay.
Yeah. Like if they said it was a friendship bracelet, we know. I would shower her in compliments because she looked great too, but it was always met with, yeah, but you look better as a reply. Throughout my life, anytime I've been successful, I've always tried to minimize it, especially if I see that it's made someone else feel bad about themselves. I'm starting to get tired of doing that. I'm literally just existing. I'm not trying to hurt someone's feelings by feeling confident in my body finally for once in my life. I'm not trying to rub anyone's nose in my success, but I don't want to dull my sparkle either. Oh, my shirt says sparkle. Any advice on how to get over that? Things I can say to myself to challenge these thoughts and feelings of guilt? I appreciate your help.
Only women struggle with this. Only women have to hear the words about dulling you. The fact that you even know the word sparkle means that you've seen the memes about, shine bright, don't dull your shine, don't dull your sparkle. Girls like that, people like that are never going to stop. So you will diminish your light. You will spend your life feeling bad about the way you are. And there is literally nothing you can do that's going to ever stop them. So your only choice is to seek higher ground. Find better people. Your friend says you look great and you're like, so do you. And she's like, but you look better. You're just like, we're doing it. We're doing it. Move the fuck on. You will, the more success you have, the better you feel, the more you will start to find people who also feel as good. And you're going to also meet people who look better than you. And use it as inspiration. Use it as like something that doesn't make you feel jealous. Never, ever go down to someone's level just to make them feel better, because it will be an endless well. You will never be low enough for them. And it also has nothing to do with you. So here you are, shaving your head, gaining weight back, drawing a mustache on, and they're still feeling bad. It is a fruitless endeavor.
I think that just based on how you're talking, there's no way you're like full of yourself ass. Like that's just not what's happening.
Even if you're just being yourself,
worry
about it.
I mean, that's the other thing. Yeah.
No, only women get called bossy, and only women get called cocky when they're just confident.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've dealt with it my whole life, and I'm like, I'm not running. I am the amount of women who have just like not liked me. And I'm like, did I do anything other than smile and say hi? That is not on me.
Yeah.
We all look at other people and feel bad about ourselves, but only fucking losers make it that person's problem. And winners don't let other people bring them down like that.
Yeah.
What you need to get better at doing is identifying people like that quicker so that you can move away from them. I'm the kind of person that really likes to have a meaningful interaction. I always like to talk to people, spiritually less so. Now I'm just like, I don't have the energy to talk to people. But when you meet someone who's just like weird or cold or rude, your first instinct is like, oh my God, was it me? And it's taken me a very long time to be like, nope. And you know what? I don't have to try to make this person laugh. I don't have to be overly nice. If you're going to be that awful, I will literally just put myself on the other side of the room. I'm not going to spend all night trying to get a laugh out of you. You're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, that is always, I don't like when I can't get a little something.
Chances are you probably won't be friends with this person because she will feel so insecure about herself and she'll pick fights with you. Hopefully she can come out of it, but you're just going to keep getting better and better, and you're going to want people. There is nothing better than a woman who has another woman in her life that actually, in a non-faux girl power way, actually gets excited for her. And I can think of a handful of women. I mean, I'm always happy for my friends. I don't do that faux Hollywood thing where I like go on someone's Instagram page and I'm like, let's go, to like someone who I probably don't like. But I can think of friends in my life where, and sometimes we don't even do the same thing, or even if we do, where I get excited because they're doing great. And I fucking want powerful, cool friends.
I'm so excited for your movie.
Yeah, you're one of my favorite people. You're my champion. I think about my friend. I have one friend who looks so fucking phenomenal. She was dealing with some health issues and now they're gone. And I met her as a heavier woman and I was just like, oh, she's a heavy person. And she was like, nope, I was on these drugs that made me heavy because of my illness and now I'm off of them. And she looks like she's 12. And every time I see her, I'm so happy for her. I just want her to know how proud I am. I feel that way whenever I see Rebecca Searle's books. Like any woman doing something at a high level.
Yeah. Who's genuinely a good person.
Yeah. Like people that you love.
Yeah.
I think what happened with women in this like millennialification of feminism is this mandate that we all are just like obsessed with our girly pops. And it's like, no, most people are really disingenuous. And so you were told to like make everybody feel good and cheer on all women. No. And I hate to say bad bitches, but like bad bitch, game recognized game. That's it. That's what, that's what these fucking beta feminist weirdos don't want you to realize is that like there can only be like a few alphas and they can smell each other.
Ew.
And we respect each other. I'm just saying this thing where it's just like, oh my God, she showed up. Oh my God, mimosas for all. Yes, girl. Like fucking miss me with that like low simmering mediocrity.
Oh, I think it's a perfect transition to Top of the Cob.
Oh,
It's the top of the cob. You're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
Starting with the bottom.
what if we change bottom of the cob to south of the beef?
Ew.
My bottom of the cob is that where we stay in the Pacific Northwest has a septic tank and a pipe broke. So you're just like, what smells? And then they come out and they had to pump our septic tank. They took out 1,000 gallons of septic waste. It's not all poop, but it's just like everything that goes down your drain and down your toilets. And we've got to wait like 5 days for a pipe to get fixed. And it's just like fucking gnarly and disgusting. And you realize that we really shouldn't be using things like Drano and bleach because this all does return to the earth in some way.
Yeah.
Even if it's not your septic system. But yeah, home repairs are expensive and gnarly. That's my bottom, is a broken pipe in my septic system.
Well, fan bottom. I've been finding weird, random small bruises on my body. I finally figured out the source. My boyfriend's Boston Terrier, who insists on sleeping between us most nights, his little feet are able to put a surprising amount of force while he sleeps, but he cannot be evicted from the sleep spot because he's just a sweet baby.
Yeah.
The idea of this little Boston Terrier just like digging divots.
You bruise
Putting
too
little
easily. You might
bruises.
be anemic.
Yeah, go to
Shouldn't
the
be.
doctor. This is your problem, not the dog.
Yeah, if that's not waking you up, then something's wrong with your skin. Okay.
My bottom is very briefly, I will say I was in a car on the way to the airport. I was not feeling very well. I was not sick, but I just was not feeling very well. And I threw up in my hat. And then I had to throw out my hat. And it got on my jeans and my shirt and I had to change in the gas station parking lot. And then today I got in the car. My dad picked me up and he handed me a little bucket.
What'd you do with that hat?
Threw the hat out.
You're like,
Had
I
to
put it
throw
back on
out.
my head. What do you think?
Had to throw it out. Had to change my clothes. Had to throw out the hat. And then when I got in the car today, my dad handed me a bucket. I was like, that's not my life now. That was one time.
Yeah. No, you're his kid. So he's, remember the time you went puke?
Yeah. So
the
now there's
car?
gonna be I think there's gonna be a bucket. It was horrible. I had to throw out. You know, I love hats. I had to throw out a hat.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That's
and then
threw
get
up.
on an airplane having just thrown up.
What's the last woman you've met that's like, I threw up in my hat and I
in my
wasn't
hat?
drunk?
I know I wasn't drunk and I filled my
terrible.
hat.
Oh my God, to the brim. That's so
It was
gross.
so horrible, Eliza. It was so
Why
horrible.
were you so sick in a car ride?
I think, it's fun. It's what I always talk about on this podcast. I think I have a new PMS side effect, which is insane nausea. I started getting migraines and now I get insane nausea. So
Okay, you got to see a doctor. You have to see
I
a
know
vet.
I need to see a vet. So I filled a hat with barf and that was upsetting.
All right. Well,
It's a
you
good
deserve,
bottom though.
You deserve to do your top of the cob first.
Okay, my top is I just got back from Comic-Con and I got to see some of my friends. I got to see some people I like. I got to see some coworkers I like. It was nice. I'm exhausted, but but it's nice to go and do cool stuff. And I saw celebrities, and I rode an elevator with Michael Weatherly, just me and him. He was in an all white suit, and he said, "I hope you have a wonderful evening." And I'm like, "Thanks, bye."
Out there enjoying your life, enjoying your job as you should.
Yeah, living it up. And now I'm so tired, but it was good. But I just kept thinking about you and how I don't know how you travel.
I love that you thought about me. I also respect that you came home and did this podcast episode. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's do a fan top and then we'll end on mine.
Fan top. Let's go with... This was interesting to me because I want to go do it now. Top of the Cob, this box of pens I just bought. And they shared a thing from Whoopsie Writers, Perfectly Imperfect Pens. A company resells misprinted but otherwise perfect pens in huge boxes.
That's awesome.
I work in the print industry, not pens, so I know there are tons of misprinted things out there that likely get tossed. We're going to use them. It seems like a better solution. And then she says, it's a bit of greenwashing, of course, but let me have this. It's this giant box with all these I see one that says Texas First Bank, but it's like things with just printing errors on them. But it's
Texas
like nice
Fist
pen.
Bank.
Right, exactly.
Epstein Island, summer 2005 getaway.
Yeah, I think that's such a cool idea.
Okay, that is a great idea. It's like the imperfect fruits. I'm all about that stuff. My top of the cob is a very simple one. It is the most recent. By the time this comes out, there may be a second one. The most recent South Park episode. For anyone, look, it's a brilliant show. That show came on when I was like 15. It's 27 years old. I don't watch South Park only because I have other things to do, but there's no denying its brilliance and how prescient it can be.
Yeah.
It and how fast they crank them out. This episode, which is about, the episode itself is fine. Just, it's about like having Jesus in schools. And it was like on the heels of Colbert losing his late night show as we spiral into a new world order dictatorship. The episode is whatever. The last 90 seconds, I was crying, laughing, and I felt old because I was like, I can't believe they're showing this on TV. But it's worth it. So anything I can do to help.
That was incredible at Comic-Con. So, people do these, companies pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably millions of dollars in some instances, to set up these giant activations and ads. So the Hilton Bayfront I was staying at, South Park ads all over the key cards were South Park.
Oh, wow.
They had Paramount had a big booth. So Paramount put millions of dollars into advertising South Park before this came out. So I was like talking to the front desk woman. I was like, are people getting mad at you when you're giving them their room card and it's like Cartman, And I mean, it's just as...
If I'm Trey Parker and Matt Stone, I'm like fucking sitting pretty. I'm like, I've got so much money. Cancel us. We said what we said.
$1.5 billion year deal for 4 more years of the show.
I bet you, we make it, whether we make the show or not, we've said what we've said. And to be fair, luckily we do live in a country where you're allowed to criticize people without getting your fucking head taken off. I thought it was hilarious. Okay. That's the top.
Yeah.
That's the top. Sticking it to that's my goal, is to have so much money that I can be as obtuse as I want to be, and I can just do whatever the fuck I want, kind of like a rapper, and there's just no consequences because I'm like, gives a shit. I have $100 million.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get like that, and you can get like me. You can come see me. My tour is kicking off in a month, which is in a little bit over a month, which is crazy. In September, come see me in Estonia. I don't know what's up with those tickets in Croatia. You guys are falling behind, so come on over from Italy.
Come on, Croatia.
Move it. There's a lot, but see you guys soon.